up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and rammed.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
Mike, see what you've done? I don't know who you are.
Always hungry. All I spend my money on is food. Papa John's, McDonald's, America's Best Wings, Popeyes. I don't even have no money like that to even be spending it on food. Postmates and Uber Eats only be like $7, but I'm paying $30 to get it to me. Cause I'm hungry. Like, people don't understand, like, I have to eat. Like, I'm always hungry. I'm never gonna lose no weight. Never. How do you lose weight and still eat? Keep eating what you wanna eat.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Stop it. Get some help.
Like, keep it a stack. Bitches boo my because I got bands.
That came out my face.
You thought I was feeling you? That nigga mine.
Get the fuck out
That nigga mine. You thought I was feeling you?
Get out my face, yo.
That nigga mine.
Hey, yo, Kaiser, bro, pop out, bro. We got it.
Y'all was Shannon me.
I'm trying to say bread. Christmas just came up. I'm just gonna stay in tonight.
You gonna stay in? You gonna stay in?
Bye, pop out, bro. What is you talking about? Yeah. Pop out.
Shit, I'll pop out. I'll pop out. What's the move?
Yeah, that brother's starving.
911, what's your emergency? Yeah, I think this little Asian girl needs y'all help. I need a little more information. Did she say what's wrong? She didn't say. All she said was, nigga got a popo.
Who?
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Cali West. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. My boy XL Pro says he rushed in. Yeah. He then also says, like, share, and subscribe. Cali West, $ Cali West 1. So salute with that, G. So yo, we'll get straight to the script here. Check it. Now, Monique, you know, she is always coming with some, I'm not saying that sometimes she doesn't have good advice. I would say the last time she has probably given good advice was when she told Black women to stop rocking bonnets. And unfortunately, she got her ass baked behind it.
Emotional damage.
So long story short is she claims, or she's reminiscing about how she told Shannon Sharpe basically how to basically to stay away from a younger woman. I guess she did a stand up where she's talking about it. Out of that, I'm gonna show where she's having that discussion with Shannon Sharpe. So check it. Yes, I told that Shannon Sharpe, leave that white. Yo.
You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
See, this has been a popular topic, and I had to address it myself because a lot of people believe that, if Shannon Sharpe would have dated someone his age, that he wouldn't have been in the same situation. But what this kind of also shows that people have amnesia, a selective amnesia, because isn't it Dr. Trey who had a brain aneurysm find the fact that his ex-wife, or his ex-wife, was basically divorcing him? Is this not the same person? Do we not see Michael Jordan get divorced from his age-appropriate wife? Or how about Jeff Bezos? How about that? How about that divorce? Just because someone's your age doesn't mean that you're in a better position. I'll argue that you might be in a worse position. And even if you want to say that younger women are, trained, apex predators, they obviously learn from the best, right? So let's just be real. But let's go to that discussion that Monique had with Shannon Sharpe about the situation. Not about the situation, but just about him dating younger women and what she advises a man of his success to do at his age. Check it.
So let me tell y'all what Shannon needs. Let me tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old, get you an old out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young. You can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Dang. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks? Yeah, because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. So he thought I was going to be scared to say, yes, I'm talking. And I know old gal, she'll be good to you. Her name is...
Yo.
Stop the cap.
Yo. Shit. I don't know many. Look, I'm not saying that older chicks wouldn't cook for you and do all that, but the flip side to it is that the caveat is that I'm going to tell you this right now. I date women my age and not all of them about cooking or anything. And then, yeah, she might cook you a meal and all that. And I'd be willing to understand that you might not be willing to go around 4, but guess what? Fellas, y'all notice that at your age, whether you're like in your early 30s or your early 40s, that you never have any problem getting up for a young woman who's like in her 20s or her early 30s. So, it's not about, I can't hang. Oh, trust me, I could go rounds with a young chick. You feel me? It'd be that paper mache old chicks that be having me take a little bit longer, to be honest. Now, with that being said, that doesn't change the fact that, older women are stubborn like mules. They're stuck in their ways. And if these women are so good, why are they single? Yo, there's no good older women out here that are good, that are single out here. If they were good, they would be taken off the market. Let's just keep it a buck.
Emotional damage.
But for some reason, in the Black community, we tend to have a very, we have problems with age. Well, we have problems with age gap relationships. And what's ironic is just that in the Black community, they have a problem with age gap relationships, but it tends to be that they only have problems with age gap relationships when it's a decent man. Because if these girls are getting out here getting pimped, who do you think is pimping them? You think a younger guy or a guy their age is pimping them? No. There's an older man, you know what I'm saying, pimping these hoes. But guess what? Hoes still get pimped out here, right? You know, when these chicks get with these drug dealer type of D-boy type ninjas, you think these be young dudes? No, they be older men. These be young chicks. Coach Greg Adams even broke it down that even when these R&B stars was bragging in the 80s and the 90s about getting chicks, even the rock stars, these chicks were like backstage underage. You know, check Jodeci's song. So, I mean, you know, there's a lot of things that, you know, the Black community frowns upon, but yet they don't frown upon. They don't frown upon marriage out of wedlock, abortion, things like that. Things that really, really, really matter in life. But they have a problem with a 30-year-old man getting with a 19-year-old chick because they feel that, you know, he's going to control her too much, and she's not going to have any freedom. But yeah, man, like at the end of the day, there's no point of, you know, saying that, you know, dating an older chick is better because an older chick, she know all the tricks that the younger chicks, you know, are gonna play. And that's a fact. That's, you know, that's a total fact. I mean, you know that's true because, look, like I said, look at, for example, look at Brad Pitt and his divorce with Angela Jolie. Look at who else? Man, we could go on and on and on. But most notably, Jeff Bezos. He was with an older chick, and she still got sick and tired and divorced his ass. That's why Leonardo DiCaprio don't ever wife him. He just replaced them. Now, if I was to say that only Black women have a problem with age gap relationships, that wouldn't be completely true. Here goes a Karen who would, you know, basically display what I'm talking about.
Enough people talking about this, and that's because it's disgusting. So let's get into it. Another edition of You Think You're Looking At a Super Cute, Super Fashionable Couple. My tagline is irony, and sometimes it's extra hard to say. But really, it's a 73-year-old Errol Musk having 2 children with his 31-year-old stepdaughter that he raised from the age of 4. Does Elon make a little more sense to you now?
You're a victim.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of forgot about that one detail. Yeah, your stepdaughter, bro. I don't know, G. But with that being said, he wouldn't be the only person who has done that before. But one thing I could definitely say is the fact that, you know, I'm not trying to promote Islam and necessarily nothing. Because, you know, we here in the righteous sphere are mostly Christian brothers. But one thing I could definitely respect about Islam is, especially in very religious Islamic countries, right? Or, you know, they tend to say, well, if you cannot be in the company of a man if he is not if he's like not a sibling or the father, you know, or the husband, women cannot be frolicking around with a man who is opposite of their husband or their like sibling or, you know, or direct family member. Why? Because, well, first off, in Islam, they don't do step kids. They don't have step kids. As a matter of fact, you know, like they don't deal with step kids. There's no, like, for example, in the Bible, it doesn't say anything about having step kids. Step kids was something that people weren't having. And in theory, I guess maybe they did have step kids. If, let's just say, for example, people had sister wives, you know. I mean, I guess that would be the only in case, but then still wouldn't be really stepkids because it'd be the father's kids. But with that being said, there's a reason why, people didn't marry women who had kids outside of the marriage. Why? Because essentially that wasn't his seed, one. And then two, back to the Islam situation. The reason why in Islam, women are not allowed, around men who are not their husbands or not their siblings, because technically anybody could get it. They know that a man, especially if there's no relation, is going to, mess around with a woman. And guess what? They know that anything, they know that's, I mean, I hate to say this, as sick as it seems, but that's not your relative. So, the only thing about that is that, in his case, there could be grooming involved, maybe, which is really kind of weird because, like, how you end up getting with your stepdaughter, bro? There's definitely a hint of grooming to that. Like, even if he didn't mess with her beyond legal age, that's like, he could have been manipulating that from, that's a little, I ain't gonna lie. I can't justify that. Oh, I can't justify that. But at the same time, there's no relation. People got to think about this when they decide to divorce someone and get remarried to somebody else or deal with somebody else when you got kids. Yeah, it's tough, especially when, in the real world, when people try to date people with daughters. Man, I gotta say this much. At this age, I'm old enough to date a woman's legal age daughter and her simultaneously. And you'd be surprised how thin of a line that is, bro.
You're a victim.
For real.
There we go, CSI.
Now, since I got a few minutes with y'all, because it is Saturday night, and I do kind of want to get a little lit. Now, with that being said, there's a couple of things I still want to go with y'all over with y'all. Your boy likes to unload the clip. Listen to what the sister got to say. Interesting. Very interesting.
Community lacks the capacity to critically think. And this is why there's never any logic to the size of the issues that they're on. And when you confront them about their ideology, they can't make it make sense, and they're just going to deflect and then start to personally attack you. And if you don't agree with them and you're from a different country, they're going to call you a tether. And then if you're black and you don't agree with them, they're going to call you a anti-black. And if you're white and you don't agree with them, you guessed it, you're now a racist. And instead of doing research and reading books, they rather just stay a victim. The problem that we're having in the community is Black people love microwave results. They don't want to work for anything, and they think that they're supposed to get something instantaneously. And then they want to say white people are so racist, but Black people spew some of the most anti-white rhetoric out of anyone. Now, if white people had done that, Black people would tear their own neighborhoods up. And then get mad at white people for moving their businesses and not wanting to fix it. We have to start exercising critical thinking and emotional intelligence, because if other communities have to step in to the Black community and fix it, it is not going to be pretty.
Yo, yeah, she might be, obviously using other people's talking points, like the people who's in the pictures in the background. But does that mean that she's wrong? Is she wrong, though? So, hey, salute to her. This video has been getting its rounds because it's a sister saying it. Most sisters are usually, Democratic, or they're on that, mindset. But her, in this case, she's a free thinker to some degree. Whether her talking point is or isn't. One thing I could definitely say is that one thing I could definitely kind of pat myself on the back is I don't have a script. You know, everything I say is off the dome. You feel me? It might not be the catchiest shit. Sometimes I might say sometimes here and there, but at least it's authentic. I'm not saying that she's not authentic about what she's saying or how she feels or even her views, but I could tell that she was, there's a lot of cuts, she made one long video, said her little talking points, or she was reading her talking points, then she cut the video and then she put it together. A lot of people do that on social media and they get away with it, but it's just something that I noticed, shit. Maybe I need to start doing that shit on my shorts or something. I don't know. But yeah. But salute to her anyway. Oh, here's a message, y'all.
Not a hood nigga or a rich nigga. I'm just a nigga that's grateful on God.
Yo. It be like that. It be like that.
I am not a hood nigga or a rich nigga. I'm just a nigga that's grateful on God.
Hey, the best way to get a chick who's not your type, or let's just say you're not her conventional type, is just to have a little money. Boss up, ninja. Shout out to the free agent lifestyle. What else I got for y'all? Oh, yo, check out Grandpa here.
She won't put that pussy on me, put it on me.
Yo, baby had more cakes than Duncan Hines, yo. No cap. He gonna beat, hey, yo, he gonna beat himself into submission, bruh. For real, bruh. Yo, he knew what he wanted.
This is a sick Negro.
The Lord know what he wanted, bruh.
But don't tell nobody.
Let's see what else I got. Let's get a couple laughs before I get up out of here. What's this? Oh, check out this ratchet shit right here.
It's for my family, OnlyFans money just to get a roof over our head, like
that way. Don't get mad.
And y'all be saying, why my mama let me do OnlyFans? I chose to do it.
She ain't got no kids looking up to you.
For what, mama? If it weren't for me, what?
If it weren't for me, if it weren't for my daughter, we'll be outside. Okay. I'm talking about outside. Laying under the bridge with everybody else.
So whoever say I ain't got no job, if this is a job.
She got a big job. She got a job better than you.
Oh. Who are these niggas?
I cried laughing when I read.
You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
Fucking these hoes pimping on their own daughter, bro. And yo, you know what's crazy? I actually witnessed this shit in real life, yo. Yep. I done seen that shit. I done seen, mamas coming up off their daughters being hoes plenty of times. Shit crazy. She crazy, But unfortunately, what happens is she used the daddy to essentially take care of herself. And when that Section 8 ran out, when the EBT ran out, child support ran out, now she's pimping her daughter out. Because look at her daughter. Her daughter don't even look nothing like her, really. I mean, maybe I'm tripping, but I don't really see the resemblance. You can definitely tell she more probably look like her pops more than anybody, bro. Shit crazy, bro. Oh, shit, my boy Monk Dan drops in with a $20 super chat. Yo, shit. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah. Sham City, baby. Yeah.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it in her then.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
This is a sick Negro.
I appreciate you, Montan. For real, G. For real, for real. I really appreciate everything that you do. Shout out to Monk Dan and the Free Agent Lifestyle and all the Coach Gang members and the Nasty Boys. He says, checking in, Sham City crew in the building. XL Pro says, jammed and rammed. Yes, sir. Yes, Lord. Let's see here. Do I got some eye candy? I swear I have some eye candy to show y'all. Do I get any eye candy? Oh, I think there's a new song or remix to Snow Bunny Heaven, y'all. I need to look it up, but I only got like a little snippet of it. And I don't know if it's the same dude who rapped it, but where's it at? What's the new version? But there's a new version to Snow Bunny Heaven, but it's not Snow Bunny, it's oh, here you go. Check this out.
Bunny heaven, that's my destination. ABG, she's with me, loving all the Asians. Drinking soju, so tasty, and a cold brew. Rice bunny heaven, that's my destination. ABG, she's with me, loving all the Asians. Drinking soju, so tasty, and a cold brew.
Yo, I'm gonna have to find that shit, bro.
Rice bunny heaven, that's my destination. ABG, she's with me, loving all the Asians. Drinking soju, so tasty, and a cold brew.
That shit's kind of all right. I sound like the same dude, so salute to Buddy and the Snow Bunny. Oh, Rice, what do you say? Rice bunny heaven. Rice bunny heaven. That's what's up. Well, we don't really talk too much about that Pop the Balloon other than the times I interviewed my two brothers, Luke Red Pill, and I interviewed I forgot the other brother, but I interviewed two brothers from the Pop the Balloon show a few months ago. But other than that, we don't really talk about Pop the Balloon like that. But I do want to show just how you know what? I don't even think I want to pull that Pop the Balloon shit up. But there was one part of Pop the Balloon that I did want to show, which is this part right here. Check it.
So, my original type is.
Monk Dan says, I'll take her if she tastes like kimchi. Ah, shit. Alicia Marks says, what's up? Nice. Salute. I appreciate you for checking in, Alicia Marks. Long time no speak or see. If you are who I think you are, so I appreciate you. Coming from Facebook, or AKA Fake Book. You know what I'm saying? Even though she's a real one, though. But, you know, I still fuck with Fake Book. You know what I'm saying? I'm live. Now, so yes, all day love. I appreciate you. Now, they just popped the balloon. Now, I did think that was actually pretty interesting about what she actually had to say during this pop the balloon session. Check it.
What is your type? So, my original type is a little toxic, a little hood. that was my original type. You know, I like the fast money, the fast lane, you know. But now that I'm going into my mature more era, I want something more mellow, calm, family oriented. I have a son, so I don't want a hood figure. So I went from more my YG type to my Michael B. Jordan type. Okay.
When the last time you dealt with a toxic guy?
It's been about 2 years. It's been about 2 years, and again, it's hard, but I'm not going back to my type per what I was told. Like I said, again, I'm a mother. I have almost 15-year-old, so someone that's family oriented that I can bring around. You ain't gonna bring a hood figure home.
Monk Dan says she looking for a good man. He said no kids, just God and Alicia. Oh, I know that's right. I know that's right. So salute to that. Now, this chick here, what I think is really, really, really funny about her is she's essentially talking about how she can't bring a hood figure home, but the father of that child is probably a hood figure. So so go figure.
Well, at least not me, so yeah.
For some reason, I don't really believe it. I think it's still in there based off how you answering the question. It don't seem so sincere. It seemed like it's still in there, like a little sprinkle.
Yo, little is not even a word, man. Little is not even a word. Alicia Mark says, Latoya A. Reed. Oh, you might be tagging people. Oh, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Now, let's see here. Yeah, man, at the end of the day, you know, they always try to, you know, correct at the end of the last minute, when in reality, they should have just made the right decision in the first time. I mean, one thing I could definitely say is that, you know, I talked to somebody who I was very close to for a very, very long time. And they're just basically telling me about, you know, their situation with, you know, their child, and essentially about how, you know, their child, you know, asked about their father. But, you know, she basically, you know, said that, you know, he wasn't around. And, you know, I guess that's why, you know, he ain't got no dad, right? But then I asked her, like, what happened to the dad? And she just told me, you know, the usual typical thing that people usually say, which is, you know, he left.
Stop the cap.
You know, now maybe he didn't leave because maybe he was never there in the first place. But my whole thing is that if it was a fly-by-night relationship, like, how did he manage to get you pregnant? You feel me? Very smart woman, very beautiful woman at that. But at the same time, doesn't matter about beauty and brains. Unfortunately, you know, it's kind of like men. You know, when we think about, let's just keep it a buck. When we think about sex, you know, the chick don't even have to be a good-looking chick. You know, if she just makes us feel good enough, and, you know, the sex is intense enough, we might fuck around and do some stupid shit because, unfortunately, when we get excited, the blood rushes from the big head to the little head, and mistakes could happen. Now, unfortunately, women are the same way too. They're biologically to do things that are stupid, like getting pregnant by the wrong type of dude. This is why, having a strong father, or how fathers used to be, or how parents used to have parental rights, is different from what, they have now. And it doesn't help the fact that, every woman's walking around with a handheld, aka a phone, where they could get access to dick anywhere. When I say anywhere, I mean anywhere.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
D. Joseph come through and she says, I'm here, Cali West. I appreciate you for tuning in, my love. Salute. Oh shit, we got Wisden the Great Roy. He come through from Facebook. He says, what's up? I appreciate you tuning in, my brother. Yeah. We just vibing and bullshit. And we already basically went through the main event. So you can always catch it on the replay. You feel me? Now, Lisa Mark says, I'm into it when needed, but I'm in South Florida, so life is mellow and nice right now. But we are just at fault. Let's be real. He did not rape you, and we have to protect ourselves during sex. Men do take off condoms. Yeah, I mean, that is true. That is true. Stealthing is a thing. Stealthing is definitely a thing. But that's an interesting topic because I don't believe that men should stealth. I do believe that it's like if a woman, and a man make an agreement to, maybe basically do it, and then, it is, I don't think it's the right thing to stealth somebody. Now, with that being said, woman, you know how it feels without a condom and with a condom. Come on now, it's a completely different feeling. So, yes, men may take off condoms, but women, y'all know exactly how a sword feels with a sheath and without a sheath. All right, let's keep it a buck. Let's not, act like, oh, I was doing it and oh, I didn't know, because let's just be real. Sex with a condom, I can honestly say, sex with a condom could be good. I'm not do this. I've had good sex with condoms, right? But come on now, you already know. After a while, when you have that condom, and you start dealing with somebody, especially you kind of fuck with them a few times, that condom was coming straight the fuck off. And you know the difference between how condom sex is from non-condom sex. So yes, and in South Florida, we definitely got to be careful out here. You feel me? Shit hotter than a motherfucker. But men and women should need to both be vigilant, because I can honestly say that, most of the times where men have sex with women without a condom, usually because the woman usually wants it like that anyway. And DJ Joseph says, females know the difference. Facts. Of course I do. And I appreciate you. And I appreciate you admitting that, my love. See, confirmation from a woman, so, take it from a lady. Y'all know the difference between how it feels. Like, man, especially if she got some good too, man, men know the difference, women know the difference, everybody knows what time it is. So, yeah. So, but yeah, but you definitely, definitely get your, definitely get your panels done, and, try to watch, who you get pregnant by, or who you get pregnant for that matter. So yeah. But yep. But it's crazy out here. All right, since we just bullshitting, yo, I don't know if y'all watched Drewski, but I thought this script was very funny. Hopefully it doesn't get copywritten or nothing, but I thought this was actually kind of funny. But before I go on, I'm going to read DJ Joseph's comment. She says, right, both genders need to be safe. You're right, man. Yes, definitely. Oh, I do have a couple things I need to go through. Let's go through this Drewski video. I actually like this video from Drewski. And, I know Drewski, he might be a little, I guess people would think he's fruity, and he might be fruity. I don't know. That's none of my business. But he is actually funny to me. But he said, but one thing I definitely gotta say is he's funny. And I like his, because I like the shit he was saying sometimes. But he's really perplexed in this. But, in a typical Drewski fashion. But before we go any further, Alicia says something, so we can't just pass this up. She says, your pullout game should be stronger. Well, yeah, well, you know what? That's funny you say that, too. I mean, you either got pulled, I almost kind of feel like you either got pulled out. Look, all right, let me just be real, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Any ladies in the house, or any fellas in the house who want to comment. When you say their pullout game got to be stronger, let's just be real. That's the caveat. These niggas don't be pulling out. They don't be pulling out. Look, when people be getting pregnant, it's not because the dude pulled out and he had left a little bit of drizzle or something like that. It be because when people get into it, biologically, men are inclined to want to bust inside. And women even want to feel that gushing inside too. They like getting blasted. They like getting blasted with it. They like that feeling too. Trust me. With that being said, that's the thing though, Miss Alicia Marks. They don't be pulling out at all. That's what they don't do. They just be like, fuck it.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, people pull out game be hella weak. Facts. Now, let's get to Drewski.
What's the youngest nigga here?
My man's Killer.
Caleb?
Killer.
Killer. Oh, Killer.
And that.
All right. What's the youngest nigga here?
My man's Killer.
Caleb?
Killer.
Oh, Killer.
And that.
All right. What's that again?
Hold up. Yeah, this is actually an interesting topic, especially the fact that I have ladies chiming in. I love doing this. DJ Joseph says, but why females wrap their legs around so that he don't pull out? Why they back up when he is done? Facts. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. No lie, that's actually kind of why I prefer to do it, like, especially when it's that time, when I'm having bedroom fun, to, hit it from the back, because it's a little bit easier, because even from the front of missionary, she can still wrap her legs around it, because her legs are already around you anyway. And then it's like, if they're on top of you, they don't want to get up. Yeah. As a matter of fact, talk about stealthing. I remember there was some chick I was dating. This was like a long time ago. Probably like at least about a good, had to be at least 9 years ago. And I went to this girl's apartment. And yeah, we was already smashing already. But we always fuck with the rubber on, you feel me? And I went over her house and I know we drank. And man, all I know is that I got drunk, and all I know is that we were supposed to smash, right? But all I know is that I woke up, but like my pants was down, but she was dressed. And I realized, like, oh girl fucking great me, bruh. And like, I know she didn't go put no rubber on my thing and then do it to me, bruh. Bruh.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
Granted, yes, I went over there to go smash her. And yes, I was going to give her that Henny dick. But I think maybe I drank a little too much and I fell asleep when I got tired. And, one thing I do know from experiences that, and from what I've been told is, even when I'm asleep, I'm still awake, if you know what I mean. Now, Alicia Marks says, yep. And then DJ Joseph says exactly Kyle West. Shit crazy. Shit crazy, for real. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, definitely got to be careful as well. Because if anything would have happened, she would have been talking about, oh, you got a baby now. Oh, now we're supposed to be together now. Nope. DJ Joseph says she wanted to trap you, Kelly West. You know what? She did. You know what? She did actually like me, but it was kind of weird. Like, yes, I wouldn't. Yeah, like I said, trap. I'll probably say even more along trapping. I think so. I think there was definitely a possibility she wanted to trap me. But yeah. But I think once she realized that she wasn't gonna get what she wanted from me, then that's when the relationship, or our situationship went bad. But yeah, let's get back to this boy Drewski, because I think this little skit right here is funny because, like, I don't know, this could be a skit, but skits are based off of real life. Check this out.
What's the youngest nigga here?
My man's Killer.
Caleb?
Killer.
Oh, Killer.
Man.
Right. What's that again? What's that? You
Stand over him.
Oh, okay. How old is he?
13.
All right, 13. Killer.
Yeah, Killer.
All right, how old are you?
14.
14. What they call you? Murder?
That's bro over here.
Oh, that's his name.
Right there. I'm Murder.
Man.
Murder.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What's your name?
Lester.
Lester. Why the fuck they call you Lester out of all? Killer, Murder, and Lester?
What, bro?
I see why you ain't got no ski mask. You don't need one, pussy.
Northeast niggas know what's going on.
Oh, my bad. All right, y'all rap?
I'm a hot one to beat you, I'm a drag. That's for the body, I'm a spaz. Glock 22 hit him. Glock 22.
You say, hey, Glock 22.
Glock 22 went right on his
Binary trigger. Don't do that.
22 with a
binary trigger with a switch on the back.
Oh, my bad. My bad, big bro.
Let me spit.
Hey, let me just preach to y'all youngins, man. Hey,
we ain't trying to have none of that, Holmes. We don't want to hear that.
Yeah, my bad.
You want to slide every day.
You got it, big bro. But in the streets, it's just either jail or death. I don't want y'all to go down that path.
I already went to juvie.
The law not catching me.
I'm gonna shut my bitch ass up then. You got it, big bro. Yeah, just
I'm on the run right now. As we speak.
Niggas do what's up.
All right, big bro. You got it, big dog. Let's just get him out of here. You try to preach to the streets, I ain't.
Yeah, all right.
Sorry, y'all. Get him out. Guys, they're kids. They're kids. Guys, they're 13. They're 13, man. They ain't got... Y'all breathing hard and shit. What happened back there? What the fuck did y'all do to them? Those are kids, man.
You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Hey, them kids are some motherfucking knuckleheads, bro. Them kids are some for real ass knuckleheads. They got their ass up out of there, bro. And Drewski was truly perplexed. I mean, yeah, we know that Drewski, he's a clown and he be doing some nigga shit, but I truly believe that I was actually almost truly, I do believe that these people who be coming on here, they really are real. No matter, goddamn, hold up. Damn it. All right, let me answer this damn message. But these people be really, hello? Oh, shit. The hell? I don't know what that was. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. But I put down some shit and something pressed on the damn computer. Oh my God. You know what? Having two phones is a headache sometimes. You know that? Anyway. But yeah, so DJ says, females don't be safe. Females have more kids when they know the man have kids. Oh, well, yeah. Well, I think you know what? I can honestly say, as dumb as that is, I think from a biological level, women want to do that. Let's see here. Let's see here. My bad. Let's see here. Oh, anyway. So boom. So it says, oh, okay. All right. So back to the show. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in. She said, oh, I seen that Cali. And then she says, I was like their mom named them that for the streets, like their mom for the streets. Oh, shit. Damn. Sheesh. And my fucking phone is going to fuck off, bro.
It's an evil world we live in.
Is that this phone? What the hell? Oh, I think I was getting feedback. Anyway, enough of that shit. Next. Oh, you know what? Let me read the comments. My bad, y'all. My bad. Let me read the comments. Alicia Mark says obedience is so needed. Yeah, well, that's something that is seldomly given, especially when women are deciding to raise these young boys without a father, no structure. Men need structure. That's why the Army does men well. Now, let's see here. DJ Joseph says no leadership for those boys result of the mom. Facts. Monk Dan says no. Let's see here. Now, J Flu says salute Cali West Exo Pro in the chat. I'm cooking right now because I'm married. Yo, salute my G. Salute to J Flo and everybody from the free agent lifestyle. Shout out to the nasty boys and the married men. Now, of course, Alicia Key says this is why innocent kids are being killed for fake guns, because kids like them disrespect authority. We grew up out of that without video and made it home. Some of us did, but unfortunately, they're not doing anything that I didn't see when I was growing up in the 80s and the early 90s. DJ Joseph says exactly, Kyle. So say that a trillion times. J Flo says you got the short ribs and the salad. You're making a big salad? Oh yeah. Yeah, I eat red meat, so yeah, I'm down for that. I need some shit like that for real. Oh, there was something that the sister got to say. Let's see what this sister had to say. Where's she at? Where you at, sis? Where you hiding at? There you go, with them big old eyes.
Is realizing that in 2025, the prettiest females be very uneducated, very uninformed. A lot of y'all still thinking that being pretty is going to get you far in life. Being pretty don't get you no motion. And I'm going to just tell you that now. Y'all pretty and can't count. Y'all pretty and cannot read. Y'all pretty and cannot spell. No motion, no money, no morals. I know I'm going to ruffle some feathers when I say this, but y'all screaming face card valid, but we never see your face. We really don't even know what you look like, to be honest. I could probably guess how many months ago you got that BBL, but I don't even know when the last time your eyebrows was arched. Can we normalize having motion for once? Where your bag at? He don't want to talk to you if you ain't got no racks.
Oh,
in
shit.
2025, if you take an uneducated 10 around some handsome, fine brothers, she's a 2. I promise you that. She's a 2.
I'll give you a little one. As much as that might sound good, and as much as men want to hear that, women might want to hear that. That's not all the way true. Look, we want a 10 who at least know how to act. Man, look, we don't really need all this. Here's the thing, I'm not saying that I don't appreciate a woman I can have a conversation with, but I tend to notice that when you deal with educated sisters, you deal with a lot of pushback. You know, they believe that just because they're educated that they can't learn anything. And that's a foolish way of looking at life, you know, because guess what? Even doctors still go and learn things that are not within their field, you know, as, you know, apprentices or with a learning ear. But unfortunately, we don't really care whether you're necessarily a smart chick, because sometimes you might be smart, but you might be too smart for your own good. So that's another thing that, you know, we got to address. But yes, we do kind of want, you know, having a 10, let's just be real. Having a 10, you know, she's probably not going to be that very bright. Let's just be real. 10s are for sale. You feel me? You know, 10s are not there so they could be smart. All right? Let's just be real. 10s are not there to be smart.
She won't put that pussy on me, put it on me.
But yeah. Now, DJ Joseph says J Flow go Glutz, and then she says J Flow, that's right, man. Throw it down, man. He says, and then at least Mark says, yeah. What else I got for y'all? Let's see here. What did she have to say? DJ Joseph then says, Alicia Mark says, I don't agree with the statement that the minute you go through something, these will be the same women that have been in the mud with God. This is why you have to watch your friends pray for me when all I can do is cry. I'll take a dummy any day. Let me see here. I don't agree with the statement this minute she go through something, these will be the same women that have been in the mud with God. Okay. Let's see here. Now, DJ Joseph says, I don't believe a word she say. She capping. I'm sorry, Kelly West. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely unbelievable. She was definitely virtue signaling. Because, I don't know, she was definitely virtue signaling. Because, I mean, she kind of looked like she kind of be one of those chicks who's going to say she's a bad bitch. She just didn't say she was a bad bitch. She was just coming with some intellectual shit. But she looked like she still thinks she's a bad bitch. But yeah, I didn't believe shit that she said either. Alicia Mark says loyalty. All right. Now, I forgot what this person had to say. What did that person have to say? Well, I'm going to put it up anyway.
Lied about that.
Nothing.
So you really aver
100%. The only reason I moved into this house is because my old roommate was doing too much fucking. Constantly bringing girls in and out, in and out, in and out. Like, why? Do you not want a real connection?
True.
Like, you think I care about threesomes with 2 bad bitches? Or getting my dick sucked till my toes curl and my soul leaves my body? Because I don't. Jasmine, the only thing I care about is this.
Aw, you're so sweet.
It's almost like I respect women too much. I don't know, maybe I'm the problem.
No, you're not.
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
The only reason why I'm still a virgin is because I can't even be around a girl if I don't feel a connection with her.
Do you feel a connection now?
I don't know.
Now let
Are you sure you're a virgin? Type shit.
Your roommate's sleeping.
Let that nigga hear.
He needs some milk.
Hell nah, bro.
Holy Jesus. What is that?
Man.
What the fuck is that?
Yo, any chick who think a dude walking around here talking about he a virgin, you know what I'm saying? You're a goddamn lie. Oh, Alicia. Oh, and then let's see here. DJ Joseph says, "God take you out the mud." right. Alicia Mark says, "Her 2 weeks are up on her hair. Where are your racks?" Ooh, shit. Let me teach you. Taking a dummy will have consequences. DJ Joseph says, "Facts, facts." Let's see here. What else I got for y'all? Oh, I forgot what was said here, but let me run it anyway. Well, look like I gotta clear the deck a little bit. Let's see here. Alicia Mark says lies. All right. And then DJ Joseph says I shook my. I think she meant to say some more to that.
This right, and I've seen a lot of melanated sisters online. For some reason lately, they love saying that black men are zesty, and if we clap back at anything, we are zesty, and et cetera. Yeah,
I don't feel that way.
you don't feel black men are zesty?
No.
I don't know. It's like the going thing. You never seen that?
I think that there has been a shift in masculinity, but I wouldn't go as far as now. You do have some zesty ones out there, but I think that I like the space where, you know, men are getting a little more in tune with their emotion. But you know, you still gotta be the man at the end of the day, but find your words, express yourself. That whole boys don't cry and men don't this, that's what got black men the stigma that they have now, because, you know, oh, you know, they so tough. No, y'all feelings be hurt.
Nah, I be crying.
We all know you cry, so.
I'm an Aries. I'm crying.
But like, no. So I like a soft man.
Stop the cap.
Only reason why she like a soft ninja is just so she can manipulate that ninja. Why she really go and try to have her sights out on a ninja that she really wants. Yo, don't fall for that shit, bro.
Stop the cap.
Alicia Mark says, "Hey, we all go through something to get out the mud." I mean, that be the caveat sometimes, you know, but guess what? Sometimes when you go through something, sometimes it spoils it for the next brother. You feel me? That's the only thing about dealing with a woman who's been through something, you know? You know, I'm not saying that, oh, it's better not to deal with it, but there's definitely trade-offs, you know, with that. DJ Joseph says, God pull you out of the mud. People can get out the mud themselves. Well, you know what, DJ Joseph, I'm glad you bring that up, because let's just be real. God helps only those who help themselves. Now, this chick here, she got all her, like, it looked like they blurred her titties out because her nipples probably was showing or something like that, or her areolas. But she's just walking around, basically just showing her whole titties. I mean, you know, she ain't got no ass back there, but goddamn, big ass titties. But with that being said, what was ironic is she contradicted herself in her statement. She claimed that, oh, you could be, but guess what? It's like, basically from what she said, it was basically a thin line between being, a dude who just got your heart open and being zesty. Listen to what she says.
You know what? Let me ask you this, right? Because I've seen a lot of melanated sisters online. For some reason lately, they love saying that black men are zesty, and if we clap back at anything, we are zesty, and et cetera. Yeah.
I don't feel that way.
You don't feel black men are zesty?
No.
I don't know. It's like the going thing. You never seen that?
I think that there has been a shift in masculinity, but I wouldn't go as far as now. You do have some zesty ones out there, but I think that I like the space where, you know, men are getting a little more in tune with their emotion. But you know, you still gotta be the man at the end of the
She's contradicting herself. The reason being is because she didn't even at least even give a reason. Give a specific reason what makes a man zesty. Because see, here's the thing. They'll say a man's zesty just as simply as just saying, you know what, baby girl, I ain't gonna take your abuse. I ain't gonna take your bullshit. So you know what? I'm just gonna bounce. You know, black women be like, oh, you're zesty because you didn't fight for me. You know, black women, they kind of want a man to fight for them. They kind of want dudes to kind of like give them a little bit of drama. But unfortunately, black men, especially in my age group, they're not about that drama. They'll just rather just walk away and just bow out and just deal with another type of woman, whether it's a younger woman, whether it's a woman outside of his race. These are some of the issues that we deal with, you know, women, is just that they always tend to be trying us, especially in age, quote unquote, age appropriate relationships. Now, DJ Joseph says, Alicia, I always say this life is a lesson. The lesson is your life. If you don't understand the lesson, you won't know your life. If you don't know your life, you don't understand the lesson. Facts. DJ Joseph says, you're right, but I want to be near you that has been in that space, not a perfect bitch. I'm scared of her. I only know of one. He hasn't returned yet. See me. And then DJ Joseph says, that chick with the bold capper. Right, facts. She is a bold capper. She said there are reasons why he haven't returned. Hey, see? Exactly. So, you know. I mean, hey, proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the pudding. Let's see here. I think I got a couple things I can still give y'all before we clear the deck. And get up out of here. Sheesh. Where are the lies? Where are the lies? DJ Joseph says, right. 17th and L says, I am too old for regular drama. I have learned my lessons by my mistakes, and I'm not going for it no more.
Nope. Nope.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? For real. When these chicks be acting funny, man, it be like,
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Alicia Mark says, we will see when it happens. Let's be real and right and ready. He says, she says, I am being real. Hey, you know what? When people be talking about, oh, the days are coming and stuff like that and all that, like, the truth is the Bible doesn't exactly dictate when exactly it's going to come. And there's something that look like it, but, you know, it's not whether, this could happen tomorrow. This could happen in 100 years, and when they talk about the end of the world, it's, there's always some end of the world as people know it. Shit, your end of the world might be for you in the next 40 years. You know what I'm saying? If God bless you enough to be on this earth for that long. You feel me? DJ Joseph says facts. Now, I don't know if y'all noticed, and I have a different style from other people who you see on YouTube. Some people might sit down here. I'm not saying that I can't have a detailed conversation and talk about something and break it down. But to be honest with you, I'm just here to talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really here trying to explain myself to anybody or explain my opinion. I'm just saying it for how I see it. Yeah, want to debate me about it, you're going to probably debate yourself. Not saying that anyone's here to debate me per se, but the reason why I don't hang around with too many points that we might go through certain subjects and we might sit down and talk that shit is because I'm just saying my opinion. I'm not trying to convince everyone my opinion. I'm not trying to make anyone feel the same way I'm saying. I'm just giving a certain perspective of my view on how I see the world or how I see topics I talk about. then y'all could, make your own informed decision based off of that, or based off of just what I show here. You feel me? That's, I'm not here to convince anybody. I've seen some other, there's a certain content creator that me and him seen differences from, and this content creator probably has like, I don't know, he probably has 500,000 subs or something like that compared to my little petty little, I guess, 2,400 subscribers. But, what I notice is about the difference between me and him is, yes, he might have a follow-up, and, the shit that he might be talking about is very interesting, but the fact that I noticed that he's always trying to break down everything in a video, or they're trying to break out even micro points. But when you're trying to bring up micro points, some people might say, well, you give a few talking points so you could bring your point home, right? I get that. But when you kind of start organizing anything at this point, you're literally trying to prove what you're trying to say to your audience at this point versus just making a statement. So me, I just make a statement. You feel me? And, sometimes, I just kind of feel like, hey, sometimes you can say a lot by just saying a few words. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in, you know what I'm saying? And I hope y'all like my style. You feel me? Now, 17 says, I like your approach doing content, which is why I come back. I appreciate you, man. Salute, man. I really appreciate that. I like to hear that good feedback. Right. It's kind of a relaxed show. It's nothing too stiffy or anything like that. And at least I'm even willing to even, you see me on this show have, opinions, that might even, the audience might even, the panel might even disagree with what I'm saying. But hey, at least give everybody an avenue to even say what they got to say. Now, Alicia says, I have a wonderful life. I pray, I chill. I'm Alicia. I'm the same person with the majority. My views are mine. That's it. I am the truth. So may think so, but God is amazing, DJ. I enjoyed this. Then DJ Joe says, you already know, is why I F with you, Kelly West. You speaking your facts. I appreciate you, my love. Right, I was gonna feel like, if you just want some fake shit, you have to go to other people. You can go to the Breakfast Club, or, you could go to, somebody else, or, you go to somebody else with the same type of little bullshit, the same typical bullshit. But I kind of feel like, like, I don't know if y'all old enough to remember pirate radio or anything like that, where people used to have like channels where they're just playing their own little shit. And it was like, you got to hear like hardcore hip hop shit that you wouldn't hear on the radio, because the radio is all tied up with the industry. But there are some channels that just gave that gritty and raw rap. Every city in America has had a radio station like that, a pirate radio station. And that's why I feel like Cali West, that's what I feel like that was kind of inspired me. It's kind of like pirate radio, doing shit talking shit, the same shit, maybe even someone even doing shit that people don't really always do. Like, yeah, I might be smoking my loud on here, you know what I'm saying? Smoke, I smoke my cigar or whatever. I, talk my shit. I say things that's not really popular to say, especially for Black men, especially from a dude from the hood or whatever. Hey, I keep it what it is, and I really appreciate y'all, sitting in and hearing what I gotta say. So I appreciate y'all for real. So salute. And I'm actually gonna start doing more stuff on Instagram. I was on Instagram, I think last Wednesday or last Thursday, but I've been meaning to go back. I'm gonna start doing more stuff on Instagram. So tune in for that. DJ Joe says, you be chilling, Kelly West, and when you speak your facts. Hey man, I think that's the best way to kind of go about the show too, is this kind of a laid back, relaxed feel. I want everybody to kind of chill. You come in here with your cognac, you come in here with your blunt, you know what I'm saying? You come up here with your little wine. Shit, you might just come in here with your H2O or your lemonade. Or in my case, I'm not gonna promote it, but you see what I'm drinking. But yeah. And sometimes y'all see me drinking some good old H2O. I'm mean, that Red Bull is good, but I feel a little dehydrated. Could be the damn lights and the fact that I'm running my fan on. At least on air conditioning on still. But anyway, 17 says, I just speak from my perspective. I know some of it's wrong, some of it's right, but it's just how I get down. It's not for everybody to agree. Facts. And I like the fact that, you know, us men and us real thinkers here in the righteous sphere, we stay away from my truth. You know, we might say our opinion or how we get down. See, and I can respect that. We don't say, oh, my truth, because it's almost like you're trying to say it's the truth, but my truth as a twist on playing words. But yeah, I definitely appreciate you saying that about your perspective. Yeah, you know, we all about free thinkers here. Like, for example, y'all might be my subscribers, but, you know, I just feel like, you know, we all part of the righteous sphere. Y'all all righteous sphere members. You feel me? You dig? Whether I'm the general or, you know, or whatever. You feel me? You know, we all righteous sphere members. You know what I'm saying? We all here to hear people's views. Shit, there's sometimes a person might say something on the panel, and shit, they might even kind of change my perspective on looking at things. You feel me? So, yeah. Now, Alicia Mark says, we go back so you know what it is. Be easy. I'm back here next time. I love the debate. It's healthy. I appreciate it, Alicia Marks. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to hit you up on a later on tip. You know, like I said, I appreciate you for tuning in. You know, so I have a blessed and have a good night. Salute. I love getting love from Facebook. You know what I'm saying? AKA fake book. But one thing is, as fake as book might be, you know, we got some real people on there, and I appreciate that. And yes, a debate is healthy, but I'm gonna be honest with you, not really a debate. I come here to educate, but guess what? Sometimes I guess there is a little bit of debate in between, right? So, salute. Now, let's see here. Do I got anything else to clear the deck? Let's see here. Okay, it's almost pushing midnight Eastern Standard Time. Oh, I thought this was funny. Check this out.
Oh, shit. Say, mama.
Yeah.
How much for a California snuck and tuck with a wild horse roundup?
Excuse me?
Oh, you not hoeing?
No, I'm waiting for my ride.
Oh, shit. My bad, my bad.
Yo.
She won't put that pussy on me, put it on me.
I ain't even mad at him, bruh.
Who?
Well, I mean, she did kind of go up to the car a little happy. She did go to the car a little happy. But you know what's crazy? What's crazy is that, you know, in his defense, she do got a hooker type suit. I mean, I know, yes, you see girls go out like that, but damn, bro, that is really kind of like, it's revealing. It's revealing without being revealing, if that makes any sense. It's like the only thing that's stopping you from like being butt naked next to her is this little cheap piece of cloth, which is considered a t-shirt, and these, I don't know, polyester, linen, vinyl type of shorts that she got to be, you know, fitting her like that. You feel me?
Perfect.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie though. She was a hottie though. She definitely was a hottie. No lie, bro. DJ Joe says she hoeing. Right. She is hoeing. I just think that, you know, old boy, he a old school player from the Himalayas, and he probably just didn't know the right thing to do, because guess what? She knew what it was. Old man tried to talk to that girl. She knows. Look, he was probably, I guess what he probably should have did maybe first was maybe she should just try to see if he could have got her phone number first. And if she was for that pimping, she would have just told him she was for that pimping. Don't ask me how I know. But yeah, that's how that pimping go. Yeah. Not that we promote pimping over here, you know what I'm saying, over here. We don't promote pimping or anything like that, or any illegal business here on Kelly West Miami Channel. But that is literally how the pimping goes. Like, yeah, she's gonna let you know. Well, and even if she's not pimping, because she might be pimping herself. She might be a renegade out here. And guess what? She renegading out here. Yeah, she probably just didn't know what the fuck you said, because I don't know what that snuck and tuck shit was all that. You know what I'm saying? He just came through and just said, check it. I'm just here for a good time, not a long time. And she probably would have jumped in his motherfucking car. Yeah. Straight like that.
You got a girl.
Mm-hmm. 17th and on says Airline Highway, Chef Mentor. Sheesh. She says, I call them that dumpster juices. Ugh. Then Alicia Mark says she's in the corner half naked. Right, talk to her. Facts. She's definitely a pro. DJ Joseph says, let it be a younger dude with a fancy car. She'll be smiling like the Grinch. Well, yo, D Joseph. She almost, to me, if you look at this video, she was giving him the vibes. It is that she just didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. Look at her. She probably wasn't smiling, but look, she wasn't. I kind of feel like she was gonna give up that energy that she was ready to talk. Look. Hold up. Wait, hold up.
Shit. Say, mama.
Yeah.
How much for a California snuck and tuck with a wild horse roundup?
Excuse me?
Oh, you not hoeing?
No, I'm waiting for my ride.
Oh, shit. My bad.
Well, she could have reacted a little worse. She could have reacted a little worse. And can I just say something to y'all? Let's just be real. Females hoe, but then don't want to be called a hoe. Females hoe and don't want to be called a hoe. Like, for example, a girl will tell you, for you to fuck with me, you got to give me money, right? But you say, okay, if I got to fuck with you and give you money, don't that make you a prostitute? They'll say no.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Yes. If you were to pull up on a prostitute on the road and say, hey, ho, even if you had money in your hand, she probably would still decline because she's offended at the fact that you called her a hoe, even though she's literally a hoe. Make that make sense?
Who?
Oh, shit. And then 17 and 0 says, ain't no business like hoe business. Church. She pimping herself. Many of them are. Facts. DJ Joseph says, bingo. Mr. Owen Info says, salute. I appreciate you. Free Asian Lifestyle checking in. More Contentious Media says, facts though. I appreciate you, my love. Salute. 17 and 0 says, AM with a fancy car and appearance having available spending cash, you going hoe in. Facts. She said, I call it slow tricking. Right? Wait. Which part you call slow tricking? Bro Uzi comes through. He says, laughing out loud from Facebook. I appreciate you, everybody from Facebook. Now, America Contentious Media says, shout out to Kelly West and the people in the comments. We appreciate your love for checking in. Like, I don't know how long I'm going to be on, but I'm going to be on long enough. I got time. Somebody hit me up on some last minute shit, so I might, put my feet in them streets. You feel me? I might put my feet in the streets. Yeah. So, DJ just says that's not slow tricking, that's fast tricking. Right? Like, exactly. That was straight to the point, yo. That was literally ATM right there, bro. He already had the money. There's no Cash App. Don't see the point of Zelle or Cash App or Venmo. Shit, I got the cash, ho. Facts, DJ Joseph. 17th and says, at More Contentious Media, salute to you. So yeah, hey, we got the Saturday night gang. I appreciate y'all. No lie, this was supposed to be a 30-minute show, but it got actually extended. You feel me? And then tomorrow's Mother's Day too. So I don't know. I guess I'm still gonna put my feet in the streets. I got tomorrow off technically. I technically got the day off tomorrow. So yeah. But here's definitely straight to the point. And yeah, and here's the thing. Just because she said that she wasn't hoeing doesn't mean that she wouldn't have been willing to take that money. Marketing media says, no, I'm talking about when women say they want money but don't want to be called hoes. You know what? Okay. All right. It's not that I don't disagree with I don't agree with you. I actually do agree with you. But I would say it depends on what we're referring to. Because some chicks will say if you want to smash, you gotta give her some money. That's not slow tricking. But there are some women who say, oh, I want a man to spend time with me. That would be more slick and control tricking than everything else, because guess what? These women who want men to spend time with them, you think they want to spend time at your house watching TV? You think they want to spend time watching TV, watching Netflix with you?
Nope.
No. So guess what? You're going to have to spend money on dates, plan dates, plan times to see her and stuff like that. And guess what? Now that, Morphine, I definitely agree, is definitely some slow tricking. So yes, you are right. Definitely. Then more contentious media says, hey, 17th and L. Then 17th and L says more contentious media. I know what you're talking about with slow tricking, basically saying pretending to be on a date and being fake interested for the goal of hooking up and getting paid. Damn, boy, you said that before I even said that. Yeah, man, you basically said the same thing I said. Before I even said that. So see, everybody's in agreement with that. So salute to that, 17th and L. And then more contentious media says, yeah, see? Okay. All right. Y'all a little faster on the chat. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the fact that the righteous sphere is all on one accord. Yes, Lord. 12:05 is actually literally church time or church day, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you, more contentious media. Happy Mother's Day, DJ D Joseph. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate the beautiful mothers in the house. D Joseph says, right, that is slow tricking. And then D Joseph says, OF what she said. Oh, OF what she said, right. And then 17th then L says, gray beard knowledge. Shout out to the free agent lifestyle and salute to CGA. Yes, Lord. Hey, I went on what was it, Instagram the other night, and it was on YouTube. I simulcast it on YouTube, and some dude came in the chat and called me Unc, like Unc with a gray beard or something like that. I thought that shit was actually kind of funny, bro. If y'all could check that video out, I think it's 8 ways of how you could tell how women is based off her profile picture. I thought that was actually a little funny commentary. Yeah. Yeah, y'all really just tuning in, want to talk shit. Okay. Oh, the internet man is undefeated. Check this out. Okay, before I go any further. DJ Joseph says, Cali West, I don't celebrate Mother's Day that one day because I'm a mother every day, and you're just saying one day don't mean nothing to me. I'm just saying I appreciate you, G. I appreciate you, my love. Facts. Well, well, you're more realistic and logical than most women, though, D. Joseph. Like our values and how we see things, in the square world are pretty much parallel. Like when I go on your lives on Facebook, you're basically saying the same shit that I would probably say, in that instance. You feel me? But you're coming in from a woman's perspective. But there's nothing that I don't think I've ever heard anything you said that I actually disagree with, like literally nothing. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. But still, I'm still a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a gentleman and stuff, and you know, I'm still a gentleman. That's all. I'm a little old fashioned when it comes to those things. You know what I'm saying? Even though it might not be a big deal to me either, but my mom is still gonna get a shout out or something. Maybe a meal or something. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really think about it. But because when you get older, they don't really care for it as much, but they still care for it to some degree. So you got to still call them, still see them, still show them that they appreciate it, right? Right. Much love, DJ Joseph. Much love. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. More Contingent says, yeah, I think I only think about Mother's Day for my mom. Aw. How sweet. Shout out to all the moms for Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? They did the best that they can. You dig? But yeah, what else do I have that I wanted to post? I think, talk about tricking. 17th and 0 says, this has nothing to do with tricking. I was going to go to that video, but 17th and 0 say, I would say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I lost mine 11 years ago. And my condolences, man. Definitely know that's tough, man. I lost my father, it's 2012. So I lost him in 2012, 2013. So yeah, I lost my father about 12 years ago. So trust me, I could definitely empathize, sympathize, and definitely relate to what you're saying, bro. So yeah, salute to all the mothers and all the parents. Yeah, salute. And by the way, salute to all the single fathers out there, bro. This is your day too. How y'all ladies like that? Now, with that being said, let's get to this. Since we were talking about tricking, let's talk about some more tricking. There's this video where this chick is essentially talking about tricking, but then she kind of ups the ante with her shit talking. Now, 17th, more Contingent says, sorry for your loss at 17th and 0. Then 17th and 0 said, thank God my dad is still alive. That's what's up. It sounds like you have a good relationship with him too. My relationship with my dad was so. He was a dad. He was around. DJ Joseph says, I lost my mom when I was turning 18, right on my birthday. Yeah, I remember you mentioned that to me actually before. My condolences to your mother as well. DJ Joseph says, but I'm older now, right? We all grown. We all learn from that too. It's almost stages and passages. It's kind of, I think when a parent dies, it just makes you think about your own mortality. It's like, okay, like probably in the next, just think about it. Like when your parent passes away, it's like, you kind of start thinking like, damn, like in the next 30, 40 years, you could be in that same position. Your kid's in that same position, 17th and 0 says, thank you. I appreciate that. To a more contentious media. I don't know what this is, but I'm going to play it anyway. But I just want to hunt niggas. It says, point of view, go to Chuck E. Cheese in Broward County. Bruh. Hell nah. More Contentious says, 17th and 0, you can call me Morphine. 17th and 0 says, Cali West, Miami, sorry for your loss. Oh, I appreciate you, G. I appreciate you. Ain't no thing now that you get over it, I think one thing that kind of helped is I had friends who've been in that same position. So they're able to kind of transition me through that period. Because what was kind of like, when you have a parent, especially if they're like dying and stuff, right? When you have a parent who's dying, let's see here. Well, DJ Joseph says, 17th and 0 says, my condolences to you as well. Then more contentious media says that those that's watching, sorry for all y'all lost. I appreciate you. One thing I could definitely say is that what was I? What was my train? I lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah. Oh, I was just saying that you know, when my dad wasn't going through too good, you know, I was very kind of hopeful that, you know, he was gonna pull through and stuff like that. But like, you know, my voice had to kind of like they kind of had to sit your boy down, you know what I'm saying? You know, when they put, you know what I'm saying, they gotta like put their hands on your shoulders and, you know, give you that brotherly touch, like, bruh, like, you know, you gotta have to get prepared for the worst. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You gotta get prepared for the worst. You know, because the doctors, you know, they're gonna be, unfortunately, the doctors are very optimistic. And I'm not saying doctors being optimistic is not a good thing. But yeah, doctors are usually kind of optimistic because they're getting insurance money out of it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? To keep somebody alive, you know, is actually more, you make more money keeping someone alive than just letting them pass away. So yeah. Now, 17 that else says that looks like Broward County and be in the wards. Oh, that could be in the wards of New Orleans. Hey, no lie, it like I kind of thought it looked a little run down to be Broward, if you ask me. But there are certain parts of Broward that still do look like this. Like that's an old ass building. Look at that ceiling. How many ceilings do you see like that still? Like, I don't know, man. But it could be in Broward. It could definitely be in Broward. You know, Broward, hey, trust me. Broward is still, hey, Broward is still the South. It is still the South, for sure. Let's see here. Oh, this is some tricking. Check this out.
Baba one on the map like ISO Joe.
We need a collab on something.
I don't do collabs. Bookings only. You gotta pay me.
Okay, damn, she out there.
Any questions?
Okay, what's the craziest booking you ever got?
You know, these niggas be asking for crazy. They want me to treat them like a. I do anything to get some money.
Ooh, wee.
Look what that money maker should do.
Give me some money, then.
Okay, put me on my knees is crazy.
I will.
Nah, that's cool.
Them black forces don't mean.
I'm sending on bid.
It's like you like get on their knees. So how you weaken the knees for me?
Okay,
So
you trying to test that out?
I'll put you on your knees.
Okay then. Well, yeah. Well, you have a good one now. Hey, let's go to Atlanta, bro. God, this.
One bad night, nigga on a move.
Whew. Damn. I don't know. That's gonna be a little sloppy. He said she looks like it too. Yeah, that's gonna be a little sloppy when you get a little naked. I mean, I ain't gonna lie though. She looked like she would be a little bit of fun. He said he will put her on her knees. Hey, you know, it could happen. It could happen. Shit. Hey, you know, it could happen. But shit, I don't know. You know. But it's like, damn, bitch, if I gotta pay, that means somebody else gotta pay. And then I gotta put my mouth on you. Then I still gotta put my mouth on you, bruh.
Nope.
I mean, let's just be real. You know, I don't know. Like that bitch is a motherfucking. What's that bitch? A bitch a renegade. Nah, I ain't eating on no renegade. I pay a renegade, but I ain't eating on no renegade. D. Joseph says she's about the money. Yeah, she's definitely all about the money. 17 and else says she will put in that work and not worry about being cute with it. Oh, right. Yeah, she doesn't look. Hey, trust me, she know what she's doing. Hey, trust me, there's a certain type of dude who's ready to get that. And look, I ain't gonna lie, she looks like she could be fun. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you into titties, you're gonna have a whole lot of fun. But them shits is already sagging though. But it'll still be fun. It's still gonna be fun. It's still gonna be like, goddamn, like, you know, you still be, you know what I'm saying? You know how, you know, when women got from firm titties, all you gotta do is just this. But when they got some little zooms, you know, they ain't on hooter, them some zooms. You got go down there to the damn belly button, bruh. Sheesh.
Emotional damage.
Them titties is probably, you know, and them titties is probably sitting on that belly too. And that belly is probably keeping them titties up.
Emotional damage.
17th and all, she open for business all night, 24/7, like a 7-Eleven. Shit, for real, for real. Yeah. Man, I am having a little fun with y'all tonight. Oh, I meant to show this. I thought this was funny. Check this out.
When I tell you this shit had me in tears, gang. Had me in tears. Okay, her caption said girls night out, right? Motherfucker in the comments, she said, let me help you out, sis. She said, you moved the food over you too hard. I'm say you gotta be from the box at the table is wild. But y'all cute though. Nigga say, I don't give a fuck. We gonna make a mess with it when I get there anyway.
This is a sick Negro.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, I'm not saying I've never been there before. You know, when you get a new apartment, you know, sometimes you ain't got no furniture. We all been there before. I know I've been there plenty of times where I move from place to place, and you know, shit, I'm eating food on a motherfucking on a U-Haul box. You feel what I mean? But am I gonna take a picture with that shit in my damn in my living room?
Nope.
But you know what's so funny? Even though people was clowning her, guess what? You think that's gonna stop a dude from fucking with her? That's not gonna stop no dude from fucking getting with her. But it was still funny as hell, though. It was still funny. It was still funny. Now, let's see here. Oh, you know, this is based off a skit, but I don't know. This is a mom and son, but look what this young man had to say to his mom. Oh shit! I think there's another video I wanted to play too, but I'll play this real quick since I mentioned it.
What's up, son?
My girlfriend said she ain't gonna work when she get older.
She don't have to work, son. That's your job as a man. You have to provide, you have to protect, you have to pay for everything. When y'all go on dates, you have to pay the bills. So if she don't want to work, she don't have to work. She's a woman.
Ma, you must think I'm a sim. I'm not finna be with no girl that ain't gonna take care of me the way I take care of her. She supposed to cook, clean, and work. And if she don't do that, I'm gonna break up with her.
You gonna break up with her for what? You a man.
What if something happened to the house? What if something happened to our car? And we can't pay our bills no more?
Then you need to figure it out as a man. She don't have to do that. That's on you.
Ma, I'm not finna be with no woman that's not gonna have my back during hard times.
DJ Joseph says, that boy's right. Mr. O with the info said, that's right. Yeah, it is. It is. You know, even though that was definitely scripted, but guess what? I do like the fact that that kid is even getting involved in red pill topics and talking points. This is the point that it's not even really red pill talking points now. Now it's just a talking point because red pill has gone essentially mainstream, y'all. 17-0 says just wild, but giving it away and selling it. Right, right. 17-0 says, yeah, but I ain't taking no pictures of flexing in that issue. Ninjas will still will still be knocking on her door. Facts, they're all in the DM. You already don't know, boy. All in the DM. And she knew what the fuck she was doing. Shit, she's selling that boom boom too. Shit. Let's be real.
She won't put that pussy on me, put it on me.
Yeah. So that poom poom. Poom poom. Poo poom merchant. Yeah. Shout out to the poom poom merchants out there. Now let's see what this brother man got to say. What this brother man got to say? Where Gramps at? Gramps.
Said I could lay in her bed and she would give me some head. But do you know why she's not my type? Cause I only like white girls. She say only like white girls.
Oh shit. 17-year-old said that's what she wants and trying to train him up to be that way. Mom didn't tell me ish like that. Facts.
Underwood said I could lay in her bed and she would give me some head. But do you know why she's not my type? Cause I only like white girls. She say only like white girls.
Yo, that was kind of funky.
Underwood said
one more time.
Underwood said I could lay in her bed and she would give me some head. But do you know why she's not my type? Cause I only like white girls. She say only like white girls. I could lay in her bed and she would give me some head. But do you know why she's not my type? Cause I only like white girls. She say only like white girls.
This is a sick Negro.
Yo, once again, it's Cali West. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. I appreciate everybody in the chat, you know, on the panel tonight. You know what I'm saying? Y'all made the show very interesting. We always have a good time, and I really appreciate y'all. You know, I appreciate y'all for tuning in while I talk my shit. So, yo, just remember.
But don't tell nobody.
So, yo, I really appreciate y'all tonight, and I hope y'all stay tuned in so we can see another episode, and I hope y'all have a good night, and your boy is up out of here. So, salute to everybody, Jam the Ram team. I appreciate y'all. Peace out, yo. I'm gone.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up.